The purpose of Project Lead the Way is to get more young people interested in the field of engineering and engineering technology, so they will enter college at the 2-year or 4-year level and graduate and enter the workforce.
The Project Lead the Way classes are a little more technical. There's the biomed, which has the technical medical aspect to it, and then there's the engineering aspect to the other classes.
With a lot of the problem solving that goes on, a lot of the computer skills that they gain that gives them an opportunity to really, I think, get ahead of a mainstream student.
We use basic engineering concepts, and what happens is that the kids get excited because they can see that they can actually solve problems, but in doing that they have to learn math and science.
It really exposed me to all the different types of the design process. I did some CAD work, I did some design work, I did some machine work, and you just don't learn that knowledge right out of a textbook. And I really need to see the whole picture before I chose what I wanted to do with my life.
Students start to see and focus more on an actual major of engineering rather than just a general field. It's definitely upgraded my technology skills. You know, before we started with Project Lead the Way, as I said, this is our 7th year, and that first year I went to boot camp, you know, for teacher training, and I realized that my technology skills, at least with the computer, were lacking, and it's helped me immensely.
I think what's amazing is if you give teachers and kids the right kind of tools and get out of their way, they can do fantastic things. We kind of underestimate what kids in school can do if we open up the door and the opportunity, and that's what we've seen. And matter of fact, I've told some of my colleagues, these kids are going to be so prepared when they come to college, we got to be careful that we don't bore them.
I was able to get a job working for 2 engineers to start their own business that made parts and gearboxes and other mechanical parts for the high school robotics teams. If Project Lead the Way didn't exist at my high school, I probably wouldn't have continued into an engineering type field or technology field. Engineering, science, math, that was my field. That was my strong point that I could do, and I could do it well.
We were able to enroll about over 6,000 students in this region in a pre-engineering program that may or may not, I would say probably not, would have that opportunity if it hadn't been for the investment by the Department of Labor. The biggest problem is money. And that's one of the things I found out in this project, is that we really weren't able to allocate all the money because some of the schools are so small and so poor, they couldn't even take advantage of the grant. So I think it's not a question of whether or not we should grow Project Lead the Way, it's how and where we find the resources to make this work and to support the schools that are currently in the program, because technology is constantly changing. The teachers are having to be constantly retrained in new technology, and this takes money. And if we can connect the dots between quality education and economic development, which I think we are, then we'll begin to realize this investment will pay dividends in a very big way.